Hey everyone, good evening. How are you? Hope everybody is doing good and just taking care of some setup here. So, and we'll wait for our guest to get here. How's everybody doing? Hi, Heather. Thank you for joining. I'm super excited about this conversation because it has to do with chocolate. And who does not like chocolate? If you don't like chocolate, then we cannot be friends. That is the rule. So, let's see here. I'm gonna... Yes, who doesn't love chocolate? Let's see if I can get... Right, hi Denitra. We are just waiting to get our guest to join in. Yes, everybody likes to talk about chocolate, so this is going to be a good one. We'll wait for Lesa to get here. So I found out about her business. I'm on a Facebook group, Women's Leadership in Detroit, and somebody had made a request looking for a company that made chocolates or something that could be sent out as gifts. And I thought that was such a cool idea that I used it for gifts for the holidays for all of my clients. I sent out 70 boxes of hand-painted chocolates, and they were absolutely beautiful and delicious. And all right, so it looks like we might be having some technical difficulties, but we will try to get Lesa on again. Let me see if I can get her. So while we're waiting, let's see. Yeah, this was the first year. Hi, Nick. This is the first year I had sent out a gift for clients like that, like en masse. I wanted to start doing more of that stuff because I just absolutely love and adore all my clients, and I love to be able to, just send them little things throughout the year, remind them that I think about them, and so it was really nice to be able to, it's just such a unique, wonderful gift, and who doesn't like chocolate? So, let's see. Hi, Simon. So everybody's here except, yeah, coffee is also a good one too. Maybe, there we go. All right, so we're gonna bring in Lesa right now. I see her. So Lesa, you can just go ahead and request the invite. All right, sending you to go live with me. There we go. Hi there.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to sign on to it. I thought I had to go through Instagram or something. So,
well, here we are.
Hi. Yes. I've just been making chocolate all day. So
everybody is very excited to hear about the chocolate. So,
Thank
so
you.
yeah. So, who are you and what do you do? Tell me about your business.
Hi, my name is Lesa Walker, and my company is Sweet Thoughts, and I make chocolate, of course. I mainly make chocolate that is customized for my customers. So I make it for corporate accounts, for weddings, for birthdays, any type of design that you look for the holidays. I will customize my chocolates to fit your occasion.
Okay. So that means different flavors, designs,
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah.
Okay. So give me an example of, you know, what kind of like the range that you offer. I know when I ordered from you, I think it was eight chocolates, and there were two different styles, and one was like a solid kind of shimmery, and one looked like it had been hand painted. And but then I also saw on your Facebook or Instagram you do those chocolate bombs, which I think Heather was talking about. What is that, where you hit them with a hammer? And
Well, actually, those bombs you can either put in hot milk and make,
okay.
or you can put in hot water and make coffee, or so it'll have coffee with caramel and uh, your cream in it, or you will have the ones with the marshmallows with the cocoa, and you can have sprinkles in them, all different. There's just, it's a surprise when it melts away when you dump it into the hot milk or the water. So they are
Okay.
nice. But I do those, the different thing that I do is that you'll notice that they're hand painted, they're
Mm-hmm.
designed, so they have the design on them rather than just swirled or with chocolate or something. They have the actual design where they're hand painted.
Yeah, they look like a work of art, really.
Yeah.
Like they look like a little bit of who's the painter that kind of got famous for like almost like splatter paint? Pollock, Sidney Pollock. It
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I
really beautiful.
like a lot of abstract. Yes.
Yeah,
So yeah.
exactly. So how did you get into this? What was the idea that got your business started?
Well, the idea for the company Sweet Thoughts is really based from my family. As when I was young, we used to bake a lot, and we used to have what we called baking wars, making cow patties. And cow patties were made with cocoa, butter, sugar, cream, and whatever else you could find in the kitchen to make yours the best. And we had so much fun. We laughed a lot. And so it was those memories that inspired Sweet Thoughts. And so for many years, I've always wanted to bake. I've always loved to bake, but I didn't go that path in my career. In fact, my husband and I had our own business in construction. So after about 25 years of working with him, I decided to go follow my dreams, and I went to Schoolcraft College, and I wanted to make those beautiful wedding cakes. That's what I always thought. Okay, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to learn how to do this. So I did learn how to do that. But my last 2 weeks in school, we took chocolatiering. And when I seen how chocolate could look like art, it was like, wow. I was just so stunned by that. I love art. I love painting. And so I just gravitated to it. And the
Would
rest
you
is,
say would you say that was the light bulb moment?
it was the
Okay.
movement.
So what was the process then from getting to that, that moment in culinary school with chocolate to, the idea for the business to getting it to where you are now? What did
you
that
know,
journey look like?
it was, I spent probably my first 6 months making cakes. That's what I was doing. And I would try chocolate. And I knew you had to temper chocolate. I knew you had to make sure everything, the tempering was the key. Well, I spent many times with my chocolate stuck in the molds and I couldn't get them out. And I'd be scraping the molds or, trying to wash them out and trying. So probably after about 7 to 8 months, I finally nailed how to make these beautiful chocolate, actually pieces of art. So I finally got it. And then from there, once I learned how to do it right, I just said, forget the cakes. Then I started taking what I learned in culinary school, like with the flavors. So I started making different flavors and pairing different purees and things. So I did like a lemon wasabi, curry coconut, sweet potato pie, Chambord and raspberry. I just kept coming up with different ideas and, putting all these different flavors together.
I can be down. I think all of those flavors make sense to me except the lemon wasabi. I can't.
Oh my God.
Was it good?
It's actually awesome. It's
Wow.
lemon with heat. You don't
Okay.
wasabi, a little bit, but it's the heat that with the lemon, and it's actually one of my favorites, and a lot of my customers love it. If you like wasabi,
I do.
yeah, you would love it.
Okay.
You would love it. Yeah,
Very cool. Wow. And so you still use a lot of those flavor combinations.
yeah. Yes, and bourbon and whiskey. And, in fact, right now, when you said about making designs, I'm actually, that's why I'm kind of all over the place. I have an order for 400 boxes. So I'm due on Monday. So I've been, trying to prepare those. And those are a little different. What I did with those is you put the chocolates in the freezer and then you airbrush them. And they almost come out like a velvet look. So they're really pretty. And then I just sprinkle them with gold, like a gold luster dust. And so that's my project that I'm working on now. That's had me up all night.
And so are you a one-woman show? Do you have people that work for you and help you?
Well, right now with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little harder to have people on staff with me.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, right now it's pretty well myself. I do get help when I really need it. Like my packaging is probably where I need more help because
Okay.
the chocolates are much easier than packaging. I learned that's one thing from packaging it and shipping, which it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, and then marketing and
Oh,
sales and
yes.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, where do you do any marketing or is everything kind of referral right now?
That's where one of my keys is for this year. Actually, for 2020, that was really going to be the area that I was headed into. But with COVID, I kind of put it on hold to 2021. And now I'm actually working with a company, Taste the Local Difference. They're a marketing company. We will be doing some work together. And I've also in a lot of different programs, mentoring groups, Food Lab, the Women Business Council, the Tapestry program. There's so many of them that have helped me out. Pure Michigan, just helping me. And I don't want to keep saying them because I know I'm going to miss somebody. But I've had so many great mentors that are putting me on the right path for marketing, sales, finances, and all of that.
Did you were you part of Tech Town at some point?
Thank you. Tech Town, yes, that's a big one. Tech Town has been so awesome.
Okay. So that's kind of like a business incubation mentoring organization, is that correct?
Yes, and they have what they call the retail boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
and I was part of that. And
Okay.
wow, it was 12 weeks of intense work. It was through Zoom. Usually, you're in class, but
Mm-hmm.
it was, one of the best programs I had been in because it just showed me so much to the point of where I am now and where I want to be when I open my storefront.
Okay.
So they walk you through all of that. Just a great program.
And so, so from scraping chocolates out of the mold in your house, to, how has the growth been, as far as like what was, how long ago was that?
Well, 2016 is when I really launched my business, but I've never been full time. It's pretty well been part time, just because I've always still helped my husband with his business, and just wasn't ready for it full time. 2019, end of 2019, coming into 2020, I really went full time, and the orders have been coming in now. And it feels good because I guess people, when you're really starting a business, I think, like you said, marketing is such a key thing. And I never really thought about the marketing aspect of the business. I just,
Mhm.
hey, I'm going to make chocolates and I'm going to tell people about them. Well, you could tell people about them, but if the orders aren't coming in, you know what? It's like, okay, what am I doing wrong? So then that's what I had to realize is that I got to really market myself so people know who I am and what I do.
Mhm.
And when I started, getting involved in a lot of more programs, because I'm one of these people, like when I work with my husband, I was always behind the scenes. And now that I'm owning my own business, I have to be out front. And I'm not that person. I don't always like being out front, but I'm learning to, and it's fun. And so it's a journey. It's a journey, but it's fun. You have your ups and downs, but you have to just know to keep your head up. And, when things don't go right, you know what? You kind of have to know how to brush it off and then just be there for somebody else too, because the game is to help. If you help somebody else, karma, it comes back to you, and it works its way out. And I just thank God for everything I do, because he has really played the part in my life. That's where I can say I start first and asking him for the direction of my life, because and how 2020 was. 2020 was a hard year, and you know what? Hey, we made it through, and just gotta keep going.
Absolutely. So just for the people who may have come in a little bit late, just want to introduce Lesa Walker again. Your company is called Sweet Thoughts, or is it called Sweet Thoughts for You? Or is that just
No,
okay?
sweet. Yes.
So, and Lesa makes gorgeous handmade, hand painted chocolates. And what else? You make the bombs.
Yes, I make bombs. I'm in the confectionery. I can make all different things. They do turtles. I do these caramel pretzel sticks that people love because they say they taste like nuggets because they're wrapped in caramel, dipped in chocolate, and I put nuts and um, chia seeds, all the different type of things all over them, and they taste wonderful. But another thing that I make is called my delicious sweet crispy chips. And
I was
what?
going to ask you about those because
Yeah.
is that a separate company?
No, it actually is the same company, but it's such a different product that I have
Mhm.
a different website for it.
Okay.
It's actually where I'm taking the business right now is down that road because it's a nutritional chip. And
Yeah.
so I had a health scare, and I had made this chip when I was in culinary school, and it was actually not nutritional at all. It was caramel and it was gooey crunchy. It was really good. I mean, and so I had actually put it on the shelf for quite a few years. And when I had this health scare, I said, you know what, I got to eat something that's healthy, but it tastes good. And I don't know if you're like myself, when I go out and I look for something healthy, it usually tastes healthy. I wanted something that was crunchy, sweet, and had that nutty flavor. So these are made predominantly with flaxseed.
Okay.
And they have chia seeds in them. They have almonds, agave nectar. And when you bite into them, they're like, I want to say my niece always tells me they taste like a sweet pretzel that's nutritional, because flaxseed, when it's baked with all of this, doesn't taste like flaxseed. It turns into like this crunchiness. And so they're really good. And they're gluten free and they're plant based.
Mm-hmm.
So they
So like vegan and everything?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Um, and they come in three flavors. There's a dark chocolate, which is drizzled with dark chocolate, the original, and then there's the cayenne, which is hot. And I love the cayenne because it'll you feel it when it goes down.
I'm a big fan of spicy food, and especially sweet and spicy is kind of so unique.
Okay.
So, yeah, like the Mexican hot chocolate, you know?
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
what I put in the bombs too. Is cayenne.
I'm so so if I was to go on your website, can I order all of this stuff? Is there a way like like all of the things we talked about are available, or do you have to kind of put in a custom order or email you and say, this is, I heard you talking about this. Can you make these for me? Something like that.
Yeah, it's best to give me a call or to go online, and you can go on my website and just go into the messaging area and just tell me what you want. Give me an idea. There's a lot of selections, so it's very custom, and it can be as simple as you want, or we can take it to another level. So,
Okay.
yeah. So
I love that. That's so customizable. Absolutely. So you were just talking about a 400 order, piece order that you have to complete. Is
yeah.
that the biggest order you've ever received?
No, no, my largest order was I had to do 12 pieces. I think it was 12 piece boxes. So that was probably my largest one. I've done some for my, actually my what no my largest order was with the Women Business Council. When I very first started, they ordered for one of their conferences, and they wanted chocolates for all of the speakers and everyone who participated. And I made them in these glass boxes. They were so gorgeous. And so that was when I first started. And so that, yeah, I can remember that one, because that's, how when you first start, you don't have anything prepared. You don't have all of your supplies. So
You were like, yes, I will make whatever you want me to. I'll figure it out later.
right, right. I always think of that one commercial when insurance, they call about the insurance, and they don't even have an office.
Mm-hmm.
And they call and say, well, can you do this job for us? And then she's like, yes, we can do everything. Once she hangs up, she's like, she falls to the floor and like, what are you gonna do? But yeah, made it.
Yeah, it looks like you've got some fans in here.
Yeah.
Marcus says that he's tried a lot of your stuff, dark chocolate crispy quinoa chips.
Hi, Marcus.
So I think everybody is just getting really, really hungry in here. But yeah, yeah, my clients, as I was telling before you jumped on, I was telling the people that were at the beginning of the chat that that I had sent them out to my real estate clients, like 70 boxes, and I just got such amazing feedback. It was just, everybody was just absolutely delighted. So I think it's just a really unique, individual and very impressive gift, and nobody has ever seen. And then when you say it's a Detroit business, I think it's even more special. So yeah.
What? One of the key things that I kind of pride myself on is customer service, because you can have a nice product, you can do, good work, but it's all about the customer. It's all about you, what I do. And I work to make things like you want it. Like this order that I'm working on right now, I actually have two going at the same time. And actually the second one is a smaller one. And we've gone back and forth maybe about 15 times just to get it right, because when you get it, I want it to be what you want. Because, you forget something and it's like, oh, this is not what I expected. I don't want that. I don't want you to think that when you get it. I want you to like it and enjoy it.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I think that really comes through, and just, it's not a factory product, it's not, there's actual like heart in it. And
Yeah.
I think that definitely comes across. So let's see. So Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yes.
Are you receiving, is that like a bigger day for you? Do people put in orders around that time? Oh, I
Yeah.
think
Are you okay? Yeah. I'm not a big retail customer. I
okay.
do large orders, but I have my product in a couple of stores. One is called The Collective, by popular demand, and I don't have the address, which I should have had in front of me, but it's downtown.
Is that on Woodward?
No, it is on St. Antoine off of Grand Boulevard. I think, yeah. 6850, I think. I'm kind of guessing. And then all things market. Oh, I just started with her with the
Oh, over on Michigan,
yes. So
Jennifer.
yes.
Oh, you know what? Somebody gave me a gift card to there, so I can
Ah,
go. I haven't used it yet, but now that I know, I can go get some chocolate.
yes, she has some nice things. She actually is carrying, I have a medical box. It's a heart box, and I designed the chocolates to the medical box. So it's for your healthcare workers, your first responders.
Oh,
So
that's
I
wonderful.
that I actually I paired with A Specialty Boxes, and during COVID they gave you these free heart boxes. So I made these hearts to go with the color. I designed them to go with the box, and I dropped them off to the local in our area there, and I gave them to some first responders. So it was great.
That is so cool. That's wonderful. I can't. I wonder if she. Do you know if she has them on her website?
I think she does. She just sent me a picture earlier today. So they may have just went up, or she's getting ready to put them up on her.
Okay. Okay. So just for everybody out there, if you want to check that out, is it All Things Detroit?
All
Uh,
things, all things market is, I think it's,
okay. So she used to do the All Thing, or maybe she still does the All
oh,
Things Detroit at the Eastern Market. So now this is her store, All Things Market. Okay. And I think it's all Detroit and Michigan artists.
yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So if somebody wanted to order something for Valentine's Day, do they have enough time to order something from you?
Yes. The one thing I would say is if they want to pick them up at the collective, there's an array of them. I have probably about 20 different assortments downtown in her store.
Okay.
They can call me. I have some in the store here, so I have extra. Um, I am going to put some on my website. I just got, like I said, I'm not a big retail uh, store yet. I just don't have the facility, and just when you're doing retail, it's a lot of work as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
when I do corporate, or like the order I did for you. Those are much easier because I can plan out how many I need to do and I can know how much product I need. It's easier, where when you're doing retail, it's all over the place. People are ordering, and I did that for the holidays, for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I still can see straight after that, but it was fun. It was new to me because, like I said, I've never ventured out into that area. And
Mm-hmm.
I really, that wasn't my plan when I opened my store. I have on my website a retail area where you can order a specific chocolate. It's a variety. I think there's 12 selections,
Okay.
but it's the same chocolate design, or same chocolate mold with different designs, uh,
Okay.
different flavors too. But I'm
Okay.
not like where my custom order, you can order whatever you want, and I.
Okay. So, what was I just gonna say? So I guess I just completely lost. Okay, so what is next for Sweet Thoughts? Like where do you see yourself in a year or in 5 years? Like where do you want to take the company?
Well, with the chocolates, I only want to do special occasions.
Mhm.
So your Mother's Day, Valentine's, Christmas. So that's what I want to do with the chocolates. With the chips, in fact, I'm looking at this point, finding a small manufacturing machine so that I can do larger orders, and the facility. We're actually looking at a facility right now to see, if it can accommodate what I would like to do and can I afford it and all of that. So that is for the chips. So that would be my the direction I'm headed in. I always will do chocolates because that is actually my therapy. I love doing that. But the chips are more the manufacturing where the money is at and the health and all of that you where we're going right now are interested in their health right now. This
Absolutely.
a good, I have
Um,
some apparel. I want to do some Sweet Thoughts apparel and
okay.
that just some shirts and things with motivational messages on them. And so that will be another area that I will do in the future.
So as far as the manufacturing goes, so this wouldn't be somewhere, would this be where you would make this, or you would hire a company with your recipe to make it for you?
See, I've looked at going to a co-packer, but I'm thinking about doing something small right now for myself, like manufacturing it myself at this point.
Okay. So a facility where you can use the equipment, or would you actually buy a facility with and
The
buy?
facility, yeah, where I would put the equipment inside the facility. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit. And as far as how right now, how let's see, how many bags of the chips are you making in, let's say, a month? And then what do you want to scale up to? Like, what is the goal, let's say?
So in a month, I'm probably doing maybe about 1,000.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to scale up to doing at least maybe 5 to 10,000 a month. I would like
Okay,
that range.
okay. So, and at that point, do you have to hire people to help you?
Oh, definitely. Yes. Even at where I'm at now, I'm gonna need to hire people. Once we get through this COVID thing, I definitely that's on my radar to hire people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that, yeah, you can just focus. I know there's such a balance as me being a business owner myself is working on your business versus working in your
And
business.
you're yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah. So, it's sometimes it's tough to take that step back and allow
Yeah.
other people to, you know, do the things that you used to do. But yeah, it's the only way that you can grow and scale. So,
I'm ready for that. I'm
yeah.
ready to show people, like especially with the chips. The chips are, a much easier product to produce. Where the chocolates, they you have to find somebody who's skilled. And like I said, that's more of my therapy. So yes, I'll definitely have somebody helping me, but it's where I think where the chips are the one that are definitely going to be where I'm going to have somebody working with me and probably a whole team.
Yeah. That is, I'm gonna have to order some of those chips because they sound amazing, and
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about the chocolate, the bombs.
Uh,
Do you ever make vegan chocolate?
yes, yes, I do offer a vegan chocolate. It's mainly the raspberry, a mango, peach. So they're mainly purees. I'm actually working on a caramel right now. I'm trying to make a caramel vegan chocolate.
Caramel is my favorite. So if you need anybody to taste test, just
Ah,
call me.
okay, I'll send them your way.
Please do. I will. I'll be able to. I'll be able to tell you what I think. um, okay. Well, let's see. So we talked about just want to see, I wrote down a bunch of questions. um I guess, what was the biggest um learning moment, like what did you think it was going to be like starting this business, and then what was the thing that you really like I never imagined that you know, it was going to be this experience? Like what did you not expect?
How much time you spend on um, when I worked for my husband, it was more 9 to 5,
Mhm.
work. And, when we started his business, it was, you had those grueling hours. With the confectionery business, I find that I can stay up all night. I can, if it's not trying to get the packaging right, or the designing the chocolates, or putting orders together. Then, like you said, the other part of the business, working on the business instead of in the business, that is tough, because when you want to grow, you got to make sure you are spending time networking, Zoom calling, and so that is, I think, where I'm just starting to learn how to balance it a little better. I know my phone calls back to people, like personally, are like, they probably think I'm non-existent at times because I don't call people back as much as I should, because I'm constantly working, and I am a workaholic. I can work, and okay, so I have a goal in my head. Like, if I say I have to finish this, I have to finish it today or tomorrow or whatever. And I won't sleep, eat, or until I get something that I want accomplished done. Yeah. So that's where I'm trying to balance my personal life and my business life now.
Yeah, I'm it's the same struggle for me. So, yeah, I like to say that I'm a recovering workaholic, but I don't know that I'm in recovery.
Well, tell me how you did that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do have people that help me. So that has definitely allowed me to kind of step back. But yeah, I mean, when you love what you do and you're passionate about it and you're doing well, you just want to keep doing it, right?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I even, like, at night, I'm sleeping and I'm thinking of ideas. Like, if I get a call and somebody asks me, well, can you design something to look like this? And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm on my phone looking at designs and things like that, and, going to Pinterest and all that. And it keeps you going. And sometimes I have to say, just shut it off, go to sleep. And
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Sleep is something I've definitely been working more on. Because, yeah, I used to burn a lot of midnight oil, and yeah,
yes,
definitely have to. That's one thing I have to be mindful of, to not burn out. So,
I agree. I agree.
yeah. Yeah. Are you using a commercial kitchen right now or anything like that?
Yes, I work out of a commercial kitchen in Southfield. It's called the
Okay.
Studio. So,
It's
yeah,
called the what?
the Culinary Studio.
Okay.
It's right off Northwestern, right next to Little Daddy's.
Okay. Yep.
It's a small, yes.
Okay. And so is that I'm familiar with the concept, but is that, do you have to sign up for certain hours? Like, you are allowed to go in there these days a week at these times, and then other people have the space, or is it just kind of show up whenever? How does that work?
No, you have to schedule your time. So you
Okay.
slot in, and that makes it difficult, because when you want, and especially now, again, during this time, you have to make sure the facility is super clean and all of this. It's just to a different level now.
Okay. So as soon as you get an order, but maybe even before you can say if you can fulfill it, you need to check and make sure you can get your time at the
Yeah.
facility, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that is usually pretty easy. Like, you can,
Mhm.
because whatever time you want to go in. So they have
Okay.
flex hours. So
Is it open 24 hours?
yes,
Okay. So so you're like, I'll be there at 3 in the
you got.
morning. You got a 3 o'clock time slot? I'll take it.
Help, and it's cheaper on those hours. So
So then the first thing you do when you get in is just like make sure everything is clean to your like
yeah,
standards and everything before you can even kind of get going.
yeah, you have to sanitize your area and everything.
Mhm. And you're not working there, like you have your own private space. There are different several different kitchens and multiple businesses operating out of them?
There are multiple businesses, but there's only 2 businesses allowed at one
Oh,
time.
okay. All right. And so then you have to bring all of your ingredients with you?
Yes.
Can you?
One thing with chocolate, I can't leave the chocolate there because they
Okay.
temperature controlled.
Okay. I was gonna say because people will eat it.
But yeah, but the one problem they have is they do not have the facility, like for chocolate, storing chocolate, it has to be 70 degrees or less.
Mm-hmm.
So with them, they have to they keep it at probably 70 above, and then anybody who comes in there, they're usually using the ovens and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Do you have equipment? So my mom used to be in the calligraphy business when I was little, and she was really good friends with Gail Steinhardt, who had Gail's chocolates. You know,
okay.
was in Royal
He moved
Oak.
to
And
Arizona.
yeah, I'm not sure. This is, we're going back to when I was, 7, 8 years old or whatever. But she used to take me over there because they would collaborate on things. And she had all of these vats of chocolate that were turning the chocolate and water, to keep it from hardening. And I was always obsessed with it because that was like a magic chocolate, like paradise. But has technology changed? Like, how do or is that just like a larger scale than what you work in?
Yes, I do not have a tempering machine at this point.
Okay, so that's a
I
tempering machine.
yeah,
Okay, so you do it
yeah,
all by hand.
I do, and I do that, which I sometimes I do tabling method, but mainly I do what's called the seeding method. And tabling method is where if you've ever seen them to pour the chocolate on top of a granite or a solid surface, and they swish it around and they pour it back in the bowl. With the
Okay.
seeding method, you just add more chocolate to chocolate that's been heated up to bring it down to a certain temperature. So when I'm at um,
Okay.
the kitchen, I'm mainly doing the seeding method.
Okay. And so tempering, I learned this from the Great British Bake Off.
Ah,
It makes it shinier, right? But
yeah.
does it change the consistency or anything like that too? Does it make it harder when it hardens? Or
Yes, you have what you call the beta crystals in the chocolate.
uh-huh.
And when you're tempering it, you're trying to make them line up. So when they line up, then you're going to get a shinier chocolate. You're going to get the chocolate that snaps. If you ever get chocolate when you a confectionery chocolate, because I'm sorry, a couverture chocolate and a confectionery chocolate. A lot of chocolates are confectionery chocolate, but when you get a couverture chocolate, if it starts melting in your hand, then it hasn't been tempered properly.
Okay.
It should be firm, easy to, and it should have that snap and that shine.
Okay.
And that's where you see on the bombs, you see the shine on there. You have to, in fact, I know there's been times because I temper by hand, it's a balancing act because you can't let your chocolate fall below a certain temperature before you put it in your molds. And when you're doing like when I'm doing like maybe 20 molds at a time, and I don't have a tempering machine, it's like, oh gosh, I got to make sure my chocolate never falls below a certain temperature, or I have to start all over. And it's a process, but I don't know how it became so it became very easy for me to do chocolates. I don't, from what I learned in the class where you have to, make sure you test it, make sure it's tempered. I don't even do that. I just know, I know by sight, I know by feel, I know by touch. I just know when my chocolate's tempered now, and it makes life a lot easier. But I can't wait to get a tempering machine.
I
I have small ones,
okay.
but I want the large one that churns and you just see the chocolate just moving on. And
Yep. So cool. Yeah. I was completely entranced when I was a kid.
yes.
Well, Lesa, this was such a fun conversation. Before we get going, because I would go for a little bit longer, but I think my phone is going to die. because I just ran late today and didn't get a chance to charge it fully. So before we go, can you tell everybody where they can find you, where they can order chocolates? Just let the people know, because we're all like drooling at this point.
Well, you can go on my website, which is Sweet Thoughts, the number 4, the letter U.com, or give me a call at 878-777-3660, or email me at lisa@sweetthoughtsforyou.com. And for custom orders, we can sit down and talk. It's almost like if you're doing a consultation for a wedding.
Okay.
I go through the process. So I'm very personal. We can talk about it. You call me, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. This was super fun. I can't wait to order more stuff from you. And if anybody doesn't have any more questions, then we will just say goodnight. And then I will make sure to put your contact information as well into the description of this live, and that it will be available to view, I think, on both of our Instagrams in perpetuity. So
Okay.
yeah, so everybody's excited about chocolate, I think.
Yes, and I apologize for being late. I was looking for a Zoom meeting.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And I'm sorry, I should have been more specific about where we were getting at.
I'm getting used to this Instagram and all this social media. So
So thank you. I wish you the best success for your business. It's a really wonderful concept, and can't wait to eat some chocolate.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.